Hey friends, welcome back to Grand Adventure. I'm your host, Mark Guido, and we are spending the Memorial Day weekend in a beautiful location, right along the banks of the river in Dolores, Colorado, so stay tuned. This episode of Grand Adventure is sponsored by the Dyrt PRO. Find the campsite that's right for you from over 44,000 listings, either on the web or on their #1 ranked mobile app. Try all of the Pro features free for 90 days by using the promo code GrandAdventure90. So our goal was to escape the craziness of camping over the Memorial Day weekend. And so we came over here to Dolores, Colorado. It's been quite the switch from the Red Rock Desert around Torrey, Utah last week to showing up here and finding this beautiful lush greenery in a farm field right along the Dolores River. Now we're in a place called Along the River RV Campsites. And to call it an RV park or a campground would really be doing this place a disservice. Instead, we're the guests of ranchers Gordon and Jeanna, who live in the home right across the road from us. And what they've done is they've carved out 5 RV campsites on their farm field right along the Dolores River. This has been incredibly peaceful. We've been the only ones here pretty much all week. Now that we've arrived at the holiday weekend, yes, it has filled up. But filled up is a relative term because they only have 5 sites. Now these are reserved for self-contained RVs only because there are no hookups at all. This is dry camping for $25 per night, and included in that $25, the hosts provide you with firewood and as much water as you possibly need from their house across the road. And you are free to dump your gray tank, not your black tank of course, but your gray tank on their farm field. This has been absolutely exactly what we've been looking for over the holiday weekend. Our hosts have been superb people, and I can't think of a better spot. Our sponsor, the Dyrt PRO, helps you find amazing camping locations just like the one we're in this week. Choose from over 44,000 listings, either on the web or in their #1 ranked mobile app. Pro users can even search for campsites offline when they're outside a cell service range. Through a special arrangement, our Grand Adventurers get to try all of the Pro features free for 90 days, half a full camping season, by using the promo code GrandAdventure90. Just use the link found down below in the video description to try the Dyrt PRO now for free. Our campsite is located about 3 miles east of Dolores, a former railroad town 10 miles north of Cortez and approximately 40 miles from the Four Corners Monument. Established as a station on the Rio Grande Southern Railroad, Dolores is centrally located between canyons of the Ancients National Monument and Mesa Verde National Park. But we've visited both of those in the past and wanted to simply relax over the holiday weekend. Today, Dolores is home to right around 1,000 residents, right on the edge of the San Juan National Forest. The Queen Anne-style Southern Hotel at the corner of 5th Street and Central Avenue in Dolores was built by the Rio Grande Southern Railroad in 1893. We stopped into Eso Terra Cidery in Dolores to sample locally crafted hard ciders and to get an education on cider making from owners Jared and Elizabeth. Passionate about cider, the couple uses only local fruit to create not the sweet, sticky ciders with artificial colors and added flavoring, as many others have done, but more accurately resemble the classic dry ciders of early America that are more akin to fine wines than beer. Eso Terra's tasting room, with both indoor and outdoor seating available, is open Thursdays through Mondays. And besides, any place with a food menu served by a restaurant named after our dog Zoe is okay in our books. Right outside of Dolores, McPhee Reservoir is named for McPhee, Colorado, a company town founded by the New Mexico Lumber Company that is now submerged under the reservoir. In 1927, the McPhee sawmill produced over half of Colorado's lumber. The town housed up to 1,500 employees. The sawmill closed in 1946, and the dam across the Dolores River that created the reservoir was completed in 1985. We had hoped to kayak McPhee Reservoir while we were here, but with the current drought afflicting the southwestern U.S., the lake levels are frightfully low right now. Now the most populous city on the Colorado side of the Four Corners, and once a stop on the old Spanish Trail linking Santa Fe, New Mexico and Los Angeles, Cortez was built in 1886 to provide housing for the men working on the tunnels and irrigation ditches required to divert water out of the Dolores River and into Montezuma Valley. The economy of Cortez today is based heavily on tourism, both to nearby Mesa Verde National Park, as well as to the San Juan National Forest and BLM lands in the area, as well as the Ute Mountain and Navajo Indian reservations. We're choosing to spend the Saturday of Memorial Day weekend driving from camp to the Colorado mountain town of Rico, and then returning via Forest Service roads that cross the mountains and return by following the West Fork of the Dolores River. The town of Rico, a name derived from Spanish meaning rich, was settled in 1879 as a silver mining center in the Pioneer Mining District. Today, it functions as a historic and tourism site. The population was only 265 at the 2010 census, and the town occupies only 0.8 square miles of land. Dunton Hot Springs on the West Fork of the Dolores River is part of a homestead landed by Minnesota native and miner Joe Rossio in the 1880s. Once a ghost town, today it's an exclusive resort that the New York Times once named the number 7 luxury hotel in the U.S. Cabins rent for over $1,000 per night. So we truly hope that you've enjoyed coming to Dolores, Colorado with us. If you like this episode, it's extremely important to us that you give us a big thumbs up right down below. And while you're down below, that's where you'll find the comments section. It's where we love to hear from you after each episode of Grand Adventure that we air every Wednesday evening. Now, we'd be honored if you shared the channel with your friends, family, and on social media. And coming up next week, we're going to be heading for the area around Pagosa Springs, Colorado. So if you're not yet a Grand Adventurer, this is the perfect time to go smash that little red subscribe button, the one right down there in the lower right-hand corner of your screen, and ring that notification bell to be sure that you never miss a Grand Adventure. So until next week, please remember, life is nothing but a grand adventure, and we'll see you then.